Hi guys, Olivia here and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a little bit of baking. That's why I've got my apron on, because we're going to make chocolate, coconut and peanut butter energy balls. All you need is ingredients and a bowl and a fridge. Really simple to make, and they're just perfect little tasty morsels to have pre or post exercise. So my recipe kind of uses cups and tablespoons, but I will, as I'm going along, I will make a note of the rough grams that a cup or half a cup or third a cup or quarter of a cup is in grams, and I'll post them with the recipe below. But with this recipe you don't have to be precise. If it's just a rough half a cup, it's perfectly fine. I use these proper cup measurers, but you should be able to use just a normal mug and just have that as a full mug is obviously a full mug, and then half the mug is half a cup, that sort of thing. And today I'm going to use maple syrup. I think I've got enough because I normally use honey, but I've only got thick honey and that's not going to mix it up. So these energy balls are perfect because they have protein, carbohydrates and a little bit of sugar. So protein from the peanut butter, carbohydrates from the oats and a little bit of natural sugar from the maple syrup or honey. Of course, if you're vegan, then maple syrup is a great replacement for honey. So being an ex-chef, I try and use my dry ingredients first. That way I don't have too much washing up to do at the end. So let's crack on it. So first is 3/4 of a cup of oats. So let's do roughly 3/4 a cup of oats. Just normal porridge oats is absolutely fine. So let's do 3/4, which I think is about, we'll call that 3/4. We're talking about 60 grams of oats. Then half a cup of peanut butter. I use Meridian crunchy peanut butter. All it is peanuts, nothing else. So let's do half a cup of peanut butter. I'm not using this cup before, so I can go straight with peanut butter. So this is going to help bind, obviously, the dry ingredients together along with the honey or maple syrup. So a little bit extra, and we'll put that in. So peanut butter goes in. See, nice and simple. And then the mucky bit at the end, bring it all together. So we've got 1/3 of a cup of honey or maple syrup, and that equates to tablespoons. So 1/3 of a cup or 2.5 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup. When using anything like honey, maple syrup, golden syrup, black treacle, a trick that I learnt from my mum baking as a child is if you put your spoon in some hot boiling water, the honey, golden syrup, black treacle, whatever, will slip off the spoon easily, which means you can use the spoon for many spoons as you need. So it just slips off. The water's still pretty warm. So let's see, I've got enough maple syrup. So 2.5 tablespoons. So 1, 2, and a half. Just enough. And basically, if you get to the end and you think it's a bit dry, just add some more peanut butter or maple syrup or honey in. So that's the honey done. So we've got 1/3 of a cup of desiccated coconut and cocoa powder. which is, so a third of a cup. We'll kind of use a whole cup and see how we get along. So a third of a cup. One recipe says it's about 35 grams, which seems a bit much for the third. So we'll go for about 30 grams. So 30 grams of desiccated coconut, or a third of a cup, and we'll do the same with cocoa powder. I use green and blacks because it is just my favourite amazing cocoa powder. So let's put that in. Again, a third of the cup, which is about 30 grams. That should be fine. So that's all in. And then we've got a quarter of a cup of ground flax seeds, which I tend to have for my breakfast anyway. So a quarter of a cup. Let's measure that in, a quarter. It's very light stuff, so it doesn't really register. So fill it up to the top. So I reckon about 20 grams. Which is perfect, so in it goes. And then it just has a pinch of cinnamon. So a sprinkle of cinnamon. And then a little drop of vanilla extract. Like so. And then let's mix it all together. So I tend to start with a spoon and then get the hands in. And then we'll see how the mixture's going with the maple syrup and peanut butter to bind it all together. So as I say, it's a little bit dry. Just add in more peanut butter and more honey or maple syrup. So just see with your hands how it forms together. So it is forming into balls, but I think I just need a little bit more maple syrup so they're not too dry. So in it goes. We'll finish off the bottle and then we'll get our hands in. Like so. Give it all mixed together, and now I'm going to get my hands in to help bring it all together. Scrape off the spoon. So this is a recipe that you can make with the children, because just really, as you can see, really simple and easy to make. So it's a little bit dry, so I am going to use a bit more peanut butter because I've run out of maple syrup. Let's stick that in. Just to help bind it all together. So, it just depends on how, wet your peanut butter is and stuff to kind of bring it all together. Basically, this changes quite regularly as I make it. See, now it's really sticky because it's sticking to my hands. So bring it all together. Use a spatula or a knife to take it off your fingers. I mean, if you want to use gloves, feel free to use a pair of disposable gloves. But of course, you then have to put that in the environment. Getting mucky is just a great thing about cooking. So once you've got it all mixed together like so, we're going to form it into balls, and then you can either leave them naked like this, or you can roll them in some more cocoa powder or some desiccated coconut. But today I'm just going to leave them naked and just need to roll them into balls. Just kind of bite-sized balls is perfect. Nice and bite-sized, just like that. So kind of that size, or you can have them whatever size you like. Just make them into balls. This is the mucky part. And today I'm just going to choose to leave them naked. So in they go. And as I said, these can be kept in the fridge for kind of up to 2 weeks. But mine don't tend to last that long. Especially when hubby knows they're in the fridge. So nice little bite-sized morsels. Just going to boil them away. So you don't want me to watch all of them, but you just put them in a Tupperware, a airtight container, and in the fridge they go. So hopefully you will give them a go and see how tasty they are as well. There are plenty of energy ball recipes out there, so have a Google as well. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and whatever you do, hashtag killing it.